Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well today. Today I wanted to share with you a blush that I have been obsessed with. It's been pretty much the only blush I've been wearing since I discovered it. And so I wanted to share it with you because it's really easy to wear it. It's a great neutral color, although this blush does come in different colors, and I do love the formula and the look of it. So if you don't like the particular color I'm going to be talking about today, then there are beautiful colors that this blush is also available in that you may like as well. But I particularly like this color because I think it's almost universally flattering type of a color, and it's really wearable and it's very subtle. So I'm gonna show you an application in a second, but I do want to point out that this is going to be very subtle, which for blush is good. I noticed. I feel like a lot of us, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like, you know, blush is one of those things that I feel like more is more, like the more the better. But I actually noticed that subtle blushes, the ones that look almost like you're not wearing a blush but you are, they look the best because they honestly make you look healthy naturally, as opposed to make you look like, oh, you just put some like really bright blush on, you know what I mean? So like it makes you look good rather than just making you look like you're wearing makeup, which is never the goal. Okay, so here we go. This is the blush. It's Clinique blush called Cheek Pop, and the color that I particularly love, although again I love a lot of other colors, but this one is just like my favorite. It's called Nude Pop, and it's such a unique color because it is a neutral color, but one that's, it doesn't seem like it's too light, and it has a beautiful finish, a subtle sheeny satiny type of a finish. And it just, I mean, it's one of those like amazing colors, I feel like, that you probably are going to love. But again, this comes in other colors. If you don't feel like this is your type of a color, they're beautiful brighter colors, deeper colors that this blush also comes in that look amazing. But I just, again, I can't say enough good things about this particular color because it's just, it's really hard to find a neutral blush. As it turns out, I went on a hunt, really difficult, and this one just amazed me. Also, side note, I love the packaging. I know this is like a little thing that probably is neither here nor there, but you know, it's like, it's really compact, first of all. So if you know, if you're traveling or you have a small space like I do, it's not going to take a ton of space. It's really convenient, and the flower is just, oh, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful. And the flower does last for a while, so you're gonna be able to enjoy it for a while. It's a small thing, but you know, like small little moments in the day when you can enjoy something, it's always welcomed in my books. So, okay, well, let me just reach over and grab my brush. And again, it's gonna be very subtle, so don't expect like huge changes. But I guess I'm gonna do this side because this is a better side to do it on, I think. Also, don't mind a little spots here and there. I tried my best to cover them so they're not distracting, and I probably shouldn't be pointing them out right now, but just kind of keep in mind that this is, I guess, gonna look different on you. You know, if you don't have spots and have better skin, then it's gonna look even better on you. All right, I'm gonna dab some on. Great color pigmentation, although again, subtle. And here we go. It's also a really great like topper for your bronzer, because if you're thinking, well, what if I just don't wear blush at all? If it's that subtle, do I even need to wear it? Yes. I have tried to just wear bronzer, and even though I love bronzer, sometimes I feel like it needs a little something else. And usually that something else for me is this. Because it does make a difference. So I feel like it's definitely worth applying it. I find that the difference has to be like that very subtle color. Okay, so I think it's honestly hard to overdo this blush, which is another reason I love it, because I tend to overdo blush and slash never really know like where to apply it. I don't know. Blush is one of those things that I feel like is really hard to get. Maybe it's just me, but okay. So this side, I applied blush very quickly. Obviously, I wasn't too careful, and this side does not have blush. And you see how this side just has a little bit of like that kind of that pinched, healthy, rosy-ish, even though maybe this is not technically rosy, but you know what I mean, glow. And this side just looks a little lifeless, a little bit, you know what I mean, like the difference between the two. So, but yet it doesn't really look like I'm wearing a lot of blush or any blush. Like, it just looks so subtle. Almost looks like maybe the bronzer is doing it, but the bronzer by itself, I've tried so many amazing bronzers that I love, but they don't give you this. They give you this, but not this. So amazing color, and honestly just an amazing blush all around. I also wanted to say, I'm gonna start doing the other side right now because I feel like you can see the difference. Actually, hold on, before I do that, let me just show you the sheen. My skin is a little bit shiny right now just because that's how my skin is, but you see how there's that glow, but it's not too much. So if you have like texture or, you know, stuff you don't really want to accentuate with that reflection, this is not going to do that too much, but it's going to give you a healthy kind of bounce to the skin, light bounce, and it's just going to give you dimension and healthy reflection. And this is the other side. Obviously this side also has some reflection, but this one just gives you a slight pearliness that I don't want to say it mattifies, but I don't know, this side is kind of oily, I get it, but it doesn't have the same appeal as this side. This side just looks a little blurred, I guess, whereas this side just looks a little oily. I don't know if you can see that. I did apply powder, so I don't know what happened. But you see how it kind of looks oily, and this side, it just, the glow just shifts to more subtle. Yeah, I applied powder, I promise. I don't know why I'm oily, but I guess this is how I am, so I'm just doing my best. Maybe you have the same thing. And honestly, being a little oily sometimes or a little shiny is not a bad thing. It just kind of makes you look glowy, so we're just gonna go with that. But anyway, cannot say enough good things about it. And I do also want to emphasize that this does come in different colors. I do realize that this might not be your cup of tea, but if you can try this color and if you feel like it might work for you, try it, because I feel like other colors in this line are beautiful, but I feel like you can sort of find similar options to the colors in this line, but this one I have a hard time replicating and finding anywhere else, because a lot of blushes are peachy or pinky, and I love those colors. I love them, but they never have worked for me. So this is just a beautiful, one-of-a-kind neutral blush color that is just amazing. And I also wanted to say that I believe this blush is talc-free. I do want to say that just when you get it, or if you're gonna get it, just read through the ingredients to make sure your version is talc-free, because I don't want to say it's talc-free and maybe have it not be for you. I don't know. I don't know if they have like slightly different versions, because it's not advertised as talc-free is what I'm trying to say, so I'm not sure if like maybe not all versions of it are, but I believe it is, which makes me really happy because I try my best to go with talc-free options for powders and, you know, makeup in general. So I love that it is, I believe, talc-free, but caveat, do read the ingredients to make sure, because I get always like, why does it not say it's talc-free? Maybe, again, maybe not all versions are, but anyway, so this is the blush. I keep like layering more because I want to make sure you really see the color, but again, it's subtle, so I am obsessed with this blush. It's amazing. It is not very cheap. It's actually quite pricey for the small little guy that it is. I think it's around $30, maybe $29 or something like that. And I know it's definitely a chunk. Excuse my brushes, they decided to relocate on their own. But what I can say about that is I've been using this blush for every single day. This is pretty much the only blush I've been using for months and months and months, and you can still see the flower. And I do apply a lot of it, even though it's subtle. I pile it on, and so yes, it looks small, and maybe it is small, but it lasts for a long time. And honestly, because it's so universal in terms of the color, it's so neutral, if this color works for you, then this is probably going to be the only blush you're going to want to go for the most part, just because you don't need to match it to anything, because it's part of you. So it's not like you have to match it to the lip color, because the blush color is so like bright and you kind of have to tie it to something. This ties to your face. So you're gonna basically need this one blush for the most part, like I am using anyway, and it's gonna last you for a long time, and this is pretty much the only blush you're gonna want and need. And so I think it's worth the investment, is what I'm trying to say in a really long way. So yeah, I wanted to share this blush with you because I think it's just amazing. And when I find a product that I love like this, I always like to share it, because you know, maybe you are looking for a good blush, and blush is always like one of those things that makes me happy. So hopefully it makes you happy. And look at that flower. How can you not smile when you see that flower? Although it's a little worn because I've been using it every single day. But anyway, on that note, I'm gonna end this video. This is the final blush look. It's very subtle, but it's just chef's kiss, in my opinion. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I hope you are enjoying the weather. I never know what to say in the end. But anyway, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.